Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your boy Matt Diazzo coming at you with some new music reviews. Thanks for coming on by. I appreciate it. Yeah. Today I am checking out the band The Hope Conspiracy with their newest album, Tools of Oppression, Rule by Deception. Yeah, I got the name right. If you don't know anything about The Hope Conspiracy, they are a hardcore punk band that is based out of Boston, Massachusetts, and has been around since about 1999 and was really active in the early 2000s and kind of, I would say, went on hiatus. They all just went to do other projects in terms of making music and kind of went, yeah, on hiatus for a while. But they recently came back with this, with an EP back in 2023 and this new album. And this is a band that has really you could say eluded me throughout the years because I never got into hardcore and punk until about 2007, 2008. And I never did my due diligence of researching older bands because it just costs a lot of money to buy a lot of CDs, and I just never got around to it. But I always heard their name, and everyone's always like, yo, the Hope Conspiracy goes hard as fuck. And I was like, all right, I'll hopefully get around to doing it. Years and years and years later, I'm here finally checking them out. And I gotta say, I get it. I understand and I see their lasting impact with just how impressive they are as a band. So I'm really excited to talk about this album, show you some clips, and tell you my thoughts about this newest album from The Hope Conspiracy. Their style of heavy riffs and deep drumming definitely goes unmatched with this latest album. I'm really impressed how they can incorporate sludgy metal riffs with Southern style riffs as well throughout their songs to create a really unique and very distinctive style here. And I think you get a really good representation that on the song, the Prophet and Doom. The way the guitars are being played there, they're just being really, really intense, really fast, but they're also able to throw in those sludgy moments and those twangy guitars here and there that just make it like, whoa, this is pretty dope. So I want to play a clip of that for you right now. See how they just smoothly transition into that Southern style playing? Very nice. The one thing that consistently impressed me with this band and this album was the drums. The drums are consistently just on fire and just going crazy with this record, and they sound very explosive, like on the songs Struggle for Power and Confusion, Chaos, Misery. They're just going at it, and it's just amazing how well the drums are tight and just have a very destructive, explosive feel to it. And they throw in some nice drum rolls and fills to make it a little bit dynamic here and there. So I want to play a clip of Confusion, Chaos, and Misery so you can get a sense of these drums and just how intense they are. No escape! You hear how those drums just pop? The drummer is able to command the whole band with ease with just how punchy and just how large his drumming sounds. Which makes me think one thing I really noticed about this band through the drums is that they're really good at slowing things down and then building them back up using those thunderous drums to as you're listening, oh, make you focus a little bit and draw you in and then just boom, hit you with just an incredible breakdown or a transition that's just really smoking and just awesome. I also like how the guitars have a really good grit and aggression to them that matches the energy of the drums, particularly on the song Those Who Gave Us Yesterday and The West Is Dead. The guitar riffs on these songs have a real grimy feel to it. And I feel like the bass playing on this album carries a very distinctive feel to it because they're able to create like a very dark and moody atmosphere with the bass playing. Has a very subtle and heavy feel to it. Like on the song Of a Dying Nation, it just kind of lays in the cut and just like broods and just sounds really menacing. So I want to play a clip of that for you right now. Very nice. Now the vocals kind of lean into more of like a harsher yelling style, but at the same time has this very super and clean sound to it that is easily like to understand. Like it's crazy how like he's how harsh he is, but you can hear every word he's saying. He's enunciating very well. A good example of the vocal power that the vocalist has is on Shock by Shock. The band kind of like pulls away and is a little bit more like reduced in terms of sound, but the vocalist is still like very like high, not high, but normal in the mix, and he's able to project his vocals out really well, and you get a good sense of his style and his abilities to scream. Weirdly enough, the songs have a very repetitive feel to them that normally would be like, oh, this is bad, this is just the same song kind of over and over, but they do it in a weird way where it's kind of hypnotic and just kind of like you're just like going with it. It puts you in a trance because it's so repetitive and hypnotic. So it's kind of in a cool way, like pretty dope and awesome. In terms of production for this album, the whole thing just sounds really crunchy and has a really dense feel to it. And it's just consistently heavy, and nothing sounds like under or overutilized or overproduced. Everything just sounds really good, and nothing really dips in quality, I feel. So what I think about the Hope Conspiracy is that they've been able to take sludge, doom, grunge, hardcore, punk, and really mix it to have their own unique style here that, you know, I see why people really like them, and I understand them more because like it's really hard for me to find anything that kind of sounds like this. There's no band that really sounds like this. I might have heard some things like, oh, that kind of sounds similar to this, but it's not that. But they are very in their own lane, and I kind of understand it more. And I gotta say, I like the Hope Conspiracy. They're pretty dope. So I would say now I understand why they have so much lasting power. And I would say this new album from them is a good and solid 8.5 out of 10. Links down below. Tell me what you think about this album. Give me some recommendations, and like, subscribe, comment. I appreciate everyone who stops by and watches and checks me out. Yeah, check out this other video, and like always, see you in the pit.